Here's the truth. Real estate moved so dang fast this year that some of you haven't even emotionally experienced half the wins you had this year. You closed deals, you survived a bunch of chaos, you pushed through the storms, and you never stopped long enough to feel it.
And December's the month that forces you to breathe, to slow down, to remember that what carried you, who trusted you, who sharpened you, who held the line with you. This episode, it's not about skill. It's not about gratitude. It is about gratitude, actually. This episode...
We can't even do it in the video. It is about gratitude. It's not about sales all the time, Brad. What the hell? We're doing this thing, right? Here we go. Real estate speed versus real life emotional speed, right? A lot of us were winning, yet quiet, and sometimes that winning turns into quiet numbness, right? The holidays is, one of my coaches described it this way. Are you treating your business in seasons, right? Everything is seasonal, right, in nature. And sometimes we forget to enjoy a season of rest, a season of appreciation, a season of gratitude, right? You remember all the bad things that happened, but how many of the good things did you write down? Do you remember this time of year? I know that's hard for me. I mean, we're going and charging.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, you close a deal and I won, but you don't actually celebrate it because you're off to the next fire. You're off to the next thing. Oh, I forgot to call this person. I forgot to take my kid here. A lot of y'all haven't even breathed since March, right?
So true.
You're watching your steps. You're trying to get your steps in and get your exercise in, but you're not even emotionally working out. You're just going through the motions. At least that's what I see a lot of.
100%. So I mean, right now, think about this for a moment. What do you want to be grateful for right now? What should agents be grateful for right now? And they should be grateful for the clients that trusted you, right? Don't worry about the ones that didn't choose to work with you. Think about the ones that did, right? The people that helped carry you through. Like Brad helped carry me through so many rough moments this year. Who are those? The lessons you learned in the challenges. You may have not won all the battles, but hopefully you learned the lessons. Right? Failures usually come before the breakthroughs. So what are some of the failures that led to the breakthroughs?
And if you stop for just a second and slow down and you really think about your last year, what opportunity did you not ask for? One of the biggest things I see from agents is we don't ask for our needs to be met. We don't ask for business. We assume we're going to get it. And I bet there's some things, if you look back, that you're like, I would have done that differently. I would have asked
100%.
this. I would have asked this person. If I let them know I was in real estate, they would have called me and not Jane down the street. What things did you miss? By getting so fast.
Yeah, and I think what are some of the wins that didn't necessarily show up on the scoreboard, right? Like the time that you helped that client decide not to sell because it wasn't the right decision.
Right.
The time where you help somebody else out, show a house because they were busy, right? What are some of the things that hit you in the chest and yet you're proud of you and how you went through them? So I think it's a great time to sit down and write down what were the wins from the year. Sometimes you got to go through your phone and figure out what were all the wins. Actually write down what are 20, 30 wins from the year and give yourself a moment to celebrate. Most agents go. If they hit their goal, they celebrate on December 31st for 7 seconds. And then they set the next goal. That's a brutal way to go about it.
Yeah, you spend more time licking your wounds than you do celebrating your wins. And that's what we're in the business for, is the wins. Not just the dollars, but the way that you truly impacted somebody. Because we know that's why you're in it. Yes, we all want to make money, but we actually talk about the time that we actually helped somebody, not just took their money.
Yeah, one of my challenges for you is seriously sit down, write a list of 30 wins, right? Do it with your kids, do it with your spouse. And another thing that I haven't done, one of our mentors did years ago, was he would write down wins on these little cards, throw them in a jar, and then when he was having a bad day, he'd go and pull one of those wins out to remember and reflect. So it doesn't have to be brutal all the time. No. There's some things you can do to help yourself emotionally enjoy the journey. And when I feel good, I do good.
So do you feel like you need a new vision? You need a new feeling going into 2026. You feel like you've just been dragging shit behind you the entire time. Imagine if you led with gratitude instead of complaints in 2026. That'd be quite a cool thing. Because here's the things that happen when you lead with gratitude. One, it builds confidence. You start talking about the good things. You stop being so pessimistic. A lot of us have that built in. I know I do. I grew up with it. No offense, Mom. But I grew up with pessimism and negative thoughts, self-doubt, all of that stuff, imposter syndrome. So what if we start saying, you know what, I am worth it. You know what, I do need to charge this because I am doing a service for these people and they deserve it, so do I. And guys, it unlocks clarity. It just really frees your mind of all the crap floating around when you're like, I am so thankful I had the opportunity to list that house. Even if I didn't get to sell it, here's what I learned.
100%. I think one of the things that we talked about with our clients is like what's the state you want to be in most of the time, right? What is that? It's for most people, it's not pessimistic and frustrated and pissed off. No. It's I want to be in a state that I'm grateful, that I feel energized, that I feel clear, that I feel motivated, that I feel grateful. So what do you need to do to get into that state? And for a lot of times, like you're saying, we got to recondition ourselves. So one of my mentors literally every day would put 4 pennies in her pocket, and she would give gratitude, and her goal is like give gratitude 4 times before lunch, right? And the pennies were there to remind her. So like, what's the habit? Is it writing down a couple things you're grateful for every morning? Is it the pennies? What are the things you can do to like actually train yourself to get into the state you say you want to be in?
Guys, one of the things I've been doing this whole last year and a little bit before that is gratitude journaling. It sounds cheesy. Get a notebook, get in there, write something that you're happy, like you're grateful for the person. Maybe it's nature. And then something that you did that you want to own, like you write it down. We don't talk about ourselves enough, but once you write that down, and just like those pennies, you can go back a couple pages and read, what were you grateful for last week when you're not feeling so grateful or you're feeling really down and out?
Yeah, it's cool to be grateful for other people. I love that. And yeah, like even yesterday at one of our E4 masterminds, right? We asked somebody, what are you grateful for? And he talked about what are you proud of? Talked about all these other things. Like, what are you proud of? And it took me a while to get there. So I want to ask you, what are you, I'm proud of my team. Cool. Proud of my kids. Awesome. Love that. All those things are great. But I want to know, what are you grateful for about you? What are you proud of about you? Take a moment to treat yourself like your best friend.
If you want to take another step, put in the comments. I want to see what you're grateful for. Like
100%.
I would love to see what you're grateful for.
Yeah. Do it right now.